What's up, you a fucking Australian piece of shit? Oh. Suspect. Fuck music. Oh shit, later kid. What's up, Mr. Brax?
Flashback.
I'm gonna have to make this group not send me notifications. Alright, who turned in this poor guy? Let's change my cam. I need to buy a new cam. It's coming soon though. Don't worry. It's too dark. Whatevs. Oh shit! This guy sucks! Teach you how to aim? I'll teach you how to aim, Brax. Is that the first thing you want to learn? What's up, Power Skills? Yeah. The reaction times are fucking... like... My god, he's gonna run through it! I'm gonna duck right here, cause it looks like a good spot, mate. It's gonna... I mean, look at what he's facing. Like, he's facing a bison, and an og. You know this is like some silver-ass shit. Wait, what's like the lowest? Is that like Nova? This is some Nova shit. The whole Nova team got real pissed and submitted this silver player. I'm gonna sit by the car and aim at nothing. Yeah, I'm doing tutorials today, man. In like 2 seconds, as soon as I say this guy's cheating. Cause he's blatant. I'm gonna throw a flash under that blue container. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna jump around the corner. I'm gonna come around, I'm gonna go out long A and my reaction time's the best. I'm gonna go up on top site and plant. I know the code. 73556-608. I'm Dust Moret. Thanks for tuning in. Nah, I think double case is best. Those reaction times, though, yeah, right. You pointed that out, man. You pointed that out.
Terrorists win.
That's my voice for like anyone. If I'm talking as like another person, that's the voice I use. Oh, there's a smoke? I'm gonna fucking run through that. I'm gonna get in here. Yeah. He kind of looked like he had some vision assistance there. I'm gonna crouch down middle. I'm gonna I'm gonna throw the worst. I'm gonna throw a flash into the corner. Blind no one. I'm gonna throw a pizza nade. Where the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. He threw a nade here in the middle of nowhere. And then he had the worst timing taps ever. He was tapping way too fast. If someone, you know. If you haven't watched my videos, he's tapping way too fast. Oh god. Oh god. This guy's cheating. I'm gonna throw another flash under the blue. This guy throws the worst flashes ever. This guy might as well be saving $400 a round. What the hell kind of... What is he flashing in there? He's literally throwing a flash under the blue container. Oh my god. Insufficient, insufficient, insufficient. Postpone judgment. I don't know yet. Gotta rewatch that one. Submit that verdict there, boys. Alright. Start off on nuke. I know, right, Sex Haver? Someone was trolling. They had him have him reported as a joke. What's up, Dragadayan? Yeah, Morgan's hiding. She doesn't want to do a Q&A. Morg, you want to be part of my Q&A? Yeah? Okay. EXE prac. And we're gonna... Yo, look at this command now, boys. Turn off the crosshair real quick. You know, let's see how... Crosshair size 0. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah! Alright. What you gonna do here is come in there, break that window, and then come around here, and then do a little scoot. A little... Scoot! 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 Alright, I'm done. I was having fun. Alright, what's the first question of the day? Is it possible to jump from top of the hut into window? Actually, it is, Power Skills. It is. I've only done it one time in my life. It's not like Source. Like, you have to literally be perfect. Like, I probably can't even hit it. Let me put my stuff back on. Like, I've made it into the hut window once. I never see anyone do it though. Like, it's really tight. Like, you barely fit. Oh shit! I guess I'm nuts. I guess I really never practiced it because it's kind of tough. Because you can't like jump really close to it and just try scooting in. It's got to be like an angled, like perfect jump. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Whatever. Can you fall from the roof of hut into window? Oh, is that what you're talking about? Oh, you can fall. Oh, you're talking like this? You can really? I never even tried that. Fucking. Can you? You're saying just like this, Dust? Cause as soon as I'm leaving, let me get perfect with the middle of the window. This is fucking prime. Alright, that right there is prime. I'm learning myself, guys. Gonna scoot. Tuck. I don't know. Crappa? What are you doing? So awesome? It's super hard. Super hard. You need to strafe. Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, you need to strafe like when you're going like this way, yeah. Whatever. I recommend not to jump in the window. Yes, it's possible. It's tough. Please say turn down. Turn down for what? Can I give you a kiss through the window? No. To the camera? No. To the window. Main rafter spray. I'll show you some rafter. I'm gonna turn down this volume. Tell you the rafter sprays I do. So if you know, you can hear this. I'll turn this a little bit higher. But when you hear someone jumping onto yellow, you can hear them like hit this pole right here, or hit this pipe. And usually when you hit this pipe, they're jumping like on these pipes here, and so you'll want to spam like right here. It's right like that. So if they're like right here, boom. It's pretty hard to miss him, honestly. Even if you're down here, or if you're up here. I actually like to get on this mid beam. If sometimes you see me playing like right here, because I'm just listening for them to jump on yellow, and then I like this angle the best for spamming it right here for someone that's on this pipe, because they gotta get on this pipe to get up here. You know what I mean? Like they can't be hiding down here to get up, obviously. So they gotta be at here at one point. So I always spam this. And you can kind of see the angle that you spam it at right here. So, always get that one. If you're back here, you can kind of just spray above those windows there. And pretty much it's all over. Like, you can't really tell. Like, if he's close right here, that's going to rape him. If he's back here, it's, like, really far away. I never go for this spam. I always go for a guy peeking, like, close here, outside, or jumping on those pipes. This maybe works on 128, but never a 64. What are you talking about? What's the best way to take upper? I'm assuming as a terrorist. Honestly, even if you're not taking upper fast, you should always be breaking this door. It really causes a pain for the CTs. Because late round, you can just walk out the door. You know, like 30 seconds left, you can walk out the door. Or they don't know if you're rushing. So sometimes you have like one guy on your team that just throws his nade set at the beginning of every round, pretty much. Or for a couple rounds at least. So break door, you know, flash out, smoke out, and so it kind of looks like a rush, like every once in a while. And when you actually do hit a rush, you know, it doesn't look so obvious because you've been doing it for a couple rounds in a row. But honestly, if you're just doing a simple rush upper, doing like 3 or even probably 3 out squeak, 2 out hut is probably your best. I like more out squeaky than hut, but door nade. I usually do door, flash, then smoke, because I think the flash is more important to hit first than the smoke. So I usually do nade, flash, smoke. And I usually run the smoke there so it hits more in the middle. And then that's honestly all you need. And your teammates should be like running with the nade, like boom, nade busts, the flash comes over, it tucks 1 second for the flash, and then they run out and check. There's always a guy running like right here doing the flashbang dance. But yeah, honestly, like that nade combo and one guy throwing this one, running with it. That's seriously all you need for an upper rush. Is one flash out of hut and the nade set at squeak. Simple as that. How do you wall bang someone in heaven from roof? I mean, it's super simple, but honestly, it's not that good. Honestly, don't even waste my time, but I don't even know the perfect lineup. I can obviously see it now, no clipping through the wall, but so like what, third window over? So I mean, like, that's pretty good. So you can go even between like third and fourth window, like anywhere right here. Aiming at, you know, this height here. Pretty much headshot level for you is pretty good. You know, higher, even higher than that a little bit, like I was spraying before. My upper bullets will hit headshots. I don't really do that spam though, to be honest. The only spam I go for is this one. But if I'm on a terrorist team, I love to do these two. If you're on terrorist, you jump up yellow. You want to clear out opposite. I call this whole lane opposite here. I go second window, and that pretty much spams the entire lane here. So if anyone's on this entire lane, it rapes them. And then if I do that, and if my outside's clear, like I have a teammate like out here covering my ass or something, I might do a spam down the first window here, which goes all the way down Mustang, this whole lane. And I've actually done a couple of those kills on my stream. They're super simple. Like, if they're on the lane, they're gonna die on the rafter lanes. How about the scout speed boost no scope flying shot? What? What are you talking about, GD? Is there a T-smoke for heaven? Yeah, there is. I honestly don't see too many teams doing it anymore. And I'm not even sure I know it that well. We'll see if I can get it real quick before I explain it.
Laying down smoke.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Honestly, teams were doing this a lot. Like, the professional teams were doing this a lot at first, and then I don't know if I haven't been watching too many pro matches, or just teams don't do this anymore. But yeah, I changed my crosshair size so my smoke's a little bit off. You need the window there. That's why I restarted the game. You need the window off. Pretty sure it's like just the middle of this container here. Well, I don't know it anymore. Do. John, how to make your performances in-game always consistent? Well, you gotta get two things consistent. You know, your gameplay and your aiming. I would say the game's like 50-50, you know? 50% aim, 50% like game smarts. So you gotta get... What you should be really relying on more is your game smarts rather than your aim. And if you rely on your game smarts more, you should be more consistent, even if you're having like a bad aim day. So if you're like super inconsistent, it's usually because... Well, my game's kind of lying. Usually it's because, you know, if your aim's on, you're good. If your aim's bad, you're bad. And if you're smart and you're making the right decisions, your aim shouldn't have that much of a factor. Obviously, it'll have somewhat of a factor, but it won't have as big as an impact if your aim happens to be a little bit off, because you're still setting yourself up well, you know, you're still trading well, you're still doing the right moves, setting yourself up properly, and not doing dumb peeks and shit. Let's get an op here. So, I mean, you should be focusing, honestly, I think focusing on, like, your gameplay more than your aim is... But everyone seems to do the opposite. Everyone wants to deathmatch 24/7, and... Honestly, deathmatching, I've never been a fan of deathmatching. I think deathmatching is good for, like, a 5-minute warm-up, and then that's pretty much all I use it for. I'm Solo, what up, man? But, yeah, deathmatching, like, some people can be nuts in a deathmatch, and then they go in game and they suck. You should probably deathmatch how you're going to play in a game. So if you're going to be spraying in game, you should seriously just deathmatch and spray. You shouldn't, like, one-tap in deathmatch all the time. Like, just, you know, headshot, one-shots, and deathmatch. And then when you go in game, you're like a nervous vagina, and you just spray every time you see someone, you know? So you should shoot in deathmatch like you're going to shoot in a match. It makes sense to me. I mean, sometimes, every once in a while, I'll pull out, like, oh, I'll just shoot one bullet and just, like, fuck around. But a lot of times, I'll just deathmatch like I'd shoot if I seen a guy in a real match. Because you're practicing for the match, you know? How do you find good angles? How do you develop good movement around the map? Good angles? Well, honestly, the way you should be thinking about every one of your moves, including your angles, Ghost, is you should be thinking about how the enemy's playing. And that's how you should be judging your moves. So if we're thinking about playing Turnpike here, you should probably never hold this angle here, because think as a terrorist, when you're coming out here, what's the most obvious corner you're going to check, or pre-fire, or be ready for, is boom, that corner right there. Everyone pre-fires that, everyone expects someone to be there, so it's always the most pre-aimed spot, it's always the most, you know, like, that's just a super obvious corner, and you just gotta think as an enemy, like, you're gonna expect someone to be here, so as a CT, don't play here, you know what I mean? If you're gonna play this corner here, you gotta be timing it well, or playing like an off angle, or an angle where the terrorist isn't gonna be cautious. So, such as, what'd be my, like, a cautious corner is kinda, if you peek a corner that is like to be juked, or, you know, he likes to know you're there, that's kind of a cautious corner for a terrorist. Usually the terrorist will let go of, like, Turnpike focus right when they get past, like, here, and they're on, like, this side of the Turnpike. Because they're going to be checking yellow, they're going to be checking close right, they're going to be checking close left, or headshot by then. So when I play the Turnpike here, I don't hold this angle here. I let them think this is clear, and then I play like an angle right here, so that their guard is let down a little bit when they're checking other corners and not perfectly pre-aiming me here. I mean, he could be pre-aiming me here, but it's a lot less likely to him to be pre-aiming here with all these other angles he hasn't cleared yet. So, yeah, playing angles like that. And you can peek these angles, but be the peeker. Don't be, like... You can't be stationary and go too long. Like, if you're going to play this angle, play like a passive angle like I showed you. Passive, then swing into the aggressive one. Passive angle, then check that angle. Like, you always want to be the peeker. You don't want to be getting peeked on most of the time and go. Most of the time, like, that's the strategy. You want to be the peeker and have the, you know, the surprise and the peeker's advantage. And if you're not, I mean, this is really key if you're opping. It is still if you're rifling, but yeah, I like to play off angles and then I'll peek, you know, the more cautious angles every once in a while and drop back. Tips on T-side nuke. T-side nuke's hard, man. Especially if you're not playing with a team. I mean, even the best teams with the best strategies have trouble on nuke. Honestly, there's nothing really tips. I mean, just know all of the nades. Like, coming out upper, you should know every single nade that could possibly help you. Going out squeaky, you should know every nade possible will help you. You know, hop into a server, learn the smokes. If there's an upper headshot box, you smoke headshot, you can throw some flashes, whichever ones you want to do, run with them. So you should always be like isolating, like, you know, one spot, clearing out the others, wrap around the smoke. So, you know, having grenades that help you get out, you know, just simple stuff. So when that you go out, you know, outside you should know some smokes. It's kind of hard to get some good outside smokes without a good teammate though, because you need someone else that knows the smoke with you. I mean, T-side's hard. A lot of the times if you're playing by yourself, it's kind of got to go down to like just big plays, big individual plays. Show us flashes. Can you set up a mouse cam in the future? Maybe if I get that new cam. I might order a new camera soon. But the cord I have right now is too short to go. How would you plant and hold A or B? Power skill. How do you juke corners? Most of the time when you're juking a corner, it's because there's an opper there. There's not really too much like useful things of peeking or juking corners if you're playing against an AK. He has 30 bullets. You know, he could spam the corner. Usually if you're gonna juke corners, it's gonna be against an opper. And the best way to juke corner is just you come close to the corner so that, you know, you stick out more when you put a little bit of your body, and just, you know, you gotta just feel out where your body is. I mean, if you're not that good at it, you can do that new command and just, you know, get that jukey feel, make them shoot, and then once you make them shoot, you know, knife them. But I mean, I don't know if there's that good of an example on nuke. Let me think here. Trying to juke an opper. Don't recommend this juke. I mean, that juke's pointless because you might as well just jump over that. That juke is dumb. Don't do that juke. He's probably gonna lay you out anyways, especially if he's opping like this crack and he's just holding the crack, and you think you're juking like the headshot box guy. He's just gonna rape you. I guess you could like, I mean, juking outside. I mean, I guess you can jiggle peek this one a little bit. A lot of the time you'll jiggle peek like the most obvious angles. Like, let me give you the most obvious angles. And you gotta know the most obvious angles. Like this one right here. This angle right here is obvious. This angle right here, obvious one. Like, that's why if I'm playing outside, I don't play the most obvious angle because everyone likes to jiggle peek that box. So, once again, I'll take like an off angle. No one's ever jiggle peeking this corner. Like, who comes out? Someone will be cautious here, jiggle peek it. Oh, it's cleared. They put their guard down. No one's going to come out here and, like, jiggle peek this most of the time. Usually they jiggle peek the normal corners. Then they go up. They just hold in their strafe key and boom. That's when you just get them. So most of the time you don't want to be peeking corners that people are jiggle peeking. You can, but it's got to be well timed.